Okay, we're here with really two of the key leaders here with the PRT. If you don't mind, introduce yourself to the American people.
I'm Karen Malzahn. I'm the team leader for the Provincial Reconstruction Team here in Najaf, and I've been here for a year, and I'm just wrapping up one heck of a year.
I'm Raoul Fischer. I'm the Public Diplomacy Officer with the Provincial Reconstruction Team in Najaf, and very excited to be here at a very important event.
Okay, I know we don't have a lot of time, but if you could cover a little bit of the year, some of the major projects, because you've all done such a great job.
Well, I think today is a great example of what the PRT has achieved, because we started out with the airport at its creation a couple years ago. We were fundamental in getting this project, getting this airport off the ground. And now we've come back, and in the past year we've done two big projects here at the airport that have combined together to be celebrated today. We've done, first we did baggage handling equipment, screening equipment, check-in counters, overhead monitors, including outside, just a whole host of small technical things. And then the big thing that we've just done is a VSAT system for the satellite communications, and a special automated weather system, an AWAS, and that's together with a partnership with the Provincial Council, which has put up the money to buy an instrument landing system. All three of those things together will enable them to get IFR certified to bring in the next generation of airlines and to move Najaf ahead. And I think that project is a great sort of finale to what's been one heck of a year, where we've been doing things like finishing up older projects, building schools and bridges and school extensions and things. We've done a lot of capacity building stuff. We focused a lot on training. We've done grants for Small Business Development Center, Tourism Development Center, things like that. We've been working with agriculture. We've been working with the Farmers Union and the Agriculture Extension Service of the government. We've got a rice research station project going recently. I could just go on, and we don't have all day to list all the projects we've done, but let me just say that the PRT team that we've had in the past year has just been phenomenal, what they've achieved. And they wouldn't have been able to do it without the partnership that they've had with both the U.S. military and the Iraqi government. And I think both of those things have been key. Like this project we're doing right now, these two big airport projects, the military paid for them. It's CERP money, Commander's Emergency Response Fund money, and that's been a way that we've been able to partner together. We identify good projects, they've got some money, and sometimes it goes the other way. Sometimes they identify something or mention something to us, and then we find some State Department money to do it. We just figure out what makes the most sense. And I guess one of the last things I'd like to mention has to do with the legacy. One of the things we did this year was we opened an American Corner in Najaf. And I don't know if anyone's told you about American Corners, if you've seen these. We have these all over the world. They started out in Russia. And I've opened one in Afghanistan, in Mazar-e-Sharif, in one of my previous jobs, and we opened one this year in Najaf. And these are public diplomacy office-sponsored projects where we set up a space. This one's in Kufa University. We equip it with books in English, books about America, and we also equip it with technical resources like computers and digital video conferencing things, so we can do, whether it's conferences, remote programming there, we can introduce especially young people to America so they can understand about things. And so if they want to find out about educational opportunities in the United States and things like that, they've got a lot of online resources they can go into. There's a corner director who belongs to the university, but we help to support that. And something like that is part of the future of our relationship with Najaf, because we're not going to be able to have a consulate here right now, and the provincial reconstruction teams are closing all over Iraq, and the embassy in Baghdad has to figure out ways it can reach the people in Iraq, not just the people who live in Baghdad. And these American Corners are great ways to do that.
Is this what Doc DeLeo was telling me about a little bit? Something with Eastern Carolina University?
That's something slightly different, but one of the other things, let's talk about that a little bit. One of the things that we've been really trying to do is get partnerships going for institutions in Najaf with private American organizations, whether it's American universities, whether it's health cooperation, getting a teaching hospital put together with a medical school and faculty and hospital at one of the American universities, Oklahoma State. We're working with KUFA, Doc's project, East Carolina University, getting together with KUFA University also, which is one of the leading universities in Iraq, to do some cross-cultural training where you have students in a classroom with students from all over the world that are all brought together through the DVC technology to be in one global classroom, because that's what the future is about, relationships and young people educating each other and understanding how they can live in the world together, because it's a small world now.
I watched one of those sessions. It was absolutely amazing. You can see the kids all saw this. They're all the same. They're all kids.
Yeah, and that's what it's about. It's not about just doing the regular projects like building a school. I mean, that's what we did in the beginning. We've really shifted away from that now, and we're trying to get into things like this kind of partnership where really we don't need to be doing the projects. We just need to put the right people together and they can do it. And sometimes it's getting the government of Iraq to do something for the Iraqi people, where somebody will ask us to do something and we'll say, I think actually maybe you should ask the Ministry of X, to do that. And a lot of times it works.
Good. Well, you're doing a great job. I'm glad to finally meet you. I've been hearing about you for so long.
Well, I really believe in our mission here. I mean, I volunteered to come here. Nobody had to lean on me at all to come here. And I'm on my second year in Iraq.
What do you do at home? Where are you from?
Well, I'm a foreign service officer. My father was a diplomat, so I've been traveling all over the world since I was born. He was an American diplomat, stationed overseas when I came along, and I joined the diplomatic service right out of school. And I've been living all over the place. I own a house in Virginia, but I consider many places in the U.S. home and many places around the world, because it's just the best profession, because you can go and you can make a difference.
Well, you run the right program, Talking with Heroes. That's I'm talking to a hero.
Well, we've had a heck of a lot of heroes who have come through here and partnered with us, and I've just been proud to be a part of it and to help in my small way.
Well, anything I can do to help you in the future, that's what I do.
I think you guys are already doing it, and it's teamwork that's accomplished all of it. And so Raoul Fischer, our public diplomacy officer, can talk about what some of the things are that he's done and his predecessors here, because it is a team effort.
Do you want to say hi to family and friends back home?
Sure, I'd like to say hi to family and friends. My parents, my brothers, my sisters-in-law, my nieces and nephews in Colorado and Virginia, and all my friends, everybody who's sacrificed and put up with me while I've been sort of incommunicado, dedicating 150% of my time, energy, passion to helping the people of Iraq and to advance our foreign policy goals here in Iraq.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Good luck.
Well, hello again.
I don't know if I can match that, but I'll try.
Sure you can. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, where are you from? America, right?
Yeah, I'm from Los Angeles, and I've been working in Iraq for a few years. I was up at the U.S. Embassy for 3 years, and I've been working down at a provincial reconstruction teams now since last September. And this is actually probably one of the best projects that I've ever been a part of down here, because, I had a conversation with an Iraqi governor in a different province, and I said, how did we do down here? I mean, what's your take on the American impact here in Iraq? He said, well, a lot of Iraqis often compare the type of work that you guys are doing to the type of work that the British did in the early part of the 20th century. They built a lot of things that are still with us today. They built hospitals, they built bridges, they built structures that we can still see, tangible things. And so, when you look at the airport here, this is something that is going to continue giving to the Iraqis well after the provincial reconstruction team model finishes up this summer. And it's something that Iraqis 20, 30, 40 years from now can look back at and say, this made a tremendous impact on our local economy. The equipment that we purchased for the Iraqis is relatively small in price compared to some of our other projects, but the long-lasting sort of second and third tier ripple effect on the economics of this area are going to be quite profound. For example, once the airport achieves its instrument flight rating certification, more airlines from more diverse destinations are going to be able to fly in here. That's more affluent religious tourists, which this area is known for, and so that's going to have a second tier ripple effect on the hospitality industry industry, for example, where you're going to have new construction in restaurants, new construction in hotels, and just a lot more money coming into the area. And that's going to translate into jobs. And so we're very proud to be a part of this project, and we think it's going to make a huge difference.
I think I remember you now when I was at the embassy last year. I interviewed Arlise Freelick and Aaron Snipes.
Yes.
And they were talking about some of these projects, and then here I am. I remember now they were talking about Najaf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Najaf is a special province. You know, it's got a tremendous religious significance down here, and it's also one of the leading provinces, probably the leading province in the tourist sector. And I believe Najaf, Karbala, and Babel provinces comprise a vast majority of the tourism in Iraq itself. So this is another one of those amplifying projects that's going to help the tourist industry. So we're happy to be part of it.
Yeah, and of course the history for us is in the Bible, right?
Yes.
Babel and other areas.
Yeah, and you know, that area is big on also tourism for different areas, and so I think, yeah, the provincial reconstruction team model has really helped Iraqis in the long run, and you know, certain projects work better than others, but you know, it's a very humanizing process to work at a PRT because you're working directly with Iraqis. If you're working in Baghdad, if you're just working in the green zone, you don't really have as much contact, and so from a personal note, I do appreciate working down here.
Absolutely. Where are you from back home there?
Los Angeles, California.
Los Angeles. Why don't you give a shout out? Look in the camera and shout out to family and friends back home.
I'd like to say hello to all my friends and family back in Los Angeles, and I miss you all, and I'd like to see you guys sooner rather than later, hopefully. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for the great job you've been doing.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Folks, you've been hearing this on TalkingWithHeroes.com, and like all of our programs, help us get the word out about this. There's no other media here, so this is the only place to see this, folks. It's important that people across America see what's happening here, what our men and women, the military and civilians have been doing in partnership with the Iraqi people is just astounding. And it's time America hears about the progress, and you can help get these stories out. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/Talking with Heroes program, and then www.talkingwithheroes.com, and we'll have information as these videos come online. Now, I also want to thank Ron Link again, behind the camera now, retired Army Ranger, who's out going through the heat with me and everything we're doing here. Thank you very much, everybody. God bless you. We'll be back with more from Iraq.
I know, not at the last moment. Time. Here, he's going to take a picture with me with both of you guys. Yeah? Thank you.
Yeah, that's one of the parts.
A great moment.
To go inside to see.
A great moment.